See, what happens is,
nah, bro.
What happens is
you had one job.
No. What happens is you think it's one way, but it's really another way.
Yeah, I watched The Wire too, but no, that's not. That's
no. It's time to play a game.
Hey. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You say that bitch again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that bitch again. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your tail out. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your tail out. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
Yeah. So this, we ain't playing around, dog.
No,
you know what it is.
No,
you know what it is.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% against what you just did.
And just because you feel away, I'm going with this one too. Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast, infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
War games.
When optics turn to septics.
WWE Survivor Series. War Games 2024.
Bruh.
You can say what you want to say, Suave.
I can and will.
We ain't playing no games. That was my whole intent behind doing that. We ain't playing no games.
I just read your lower third pause. Gentrified holidays with vegan meats.
Oh, we gonna talk about it.
Look, just know, as you see mine, continue to sell me mine, but also know the time continues to prove me right.
Yeah. Can you put a smattering of context to yours, sir?
It honestly, I've been batting 1,000 with this whole everything. I've been batting 1,000 with life, just calling the shot for quite some time. But time has continued to prove me right. We continue to gentrify the bloodline storyline.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. Is something in particular that you've seen that proves me right yet again? Kung Fu Kenny is out here on a gold 98 streak.
Reading my mind. I was just about to say, K-Dot coming with a heater.
Man, God is pitching a shutout. I don't leave that man alone.
And Drake suing Kendrick Lamar is the akin to me suing StreamYard because your social media clicks are higher.
Bruh. Like,
what are we doing?
Go back to 98. Like, you jumped in the casket and set your own casket on fire. You didn't need Kane for this. Like, come on, bro. Like, of all the things that you could have decided to go, no, there's
now see you see the energy that you're coming with right now, Suave. This energy is why the show started the way that it did. I knew it was going to get to this.
Yeah. I don't want people keep continuing to try to trigger me for content purposes and for ratings. It's not okay.
My bad.
See something, say
won't
something.
Happen again. You get it once, it won't happen again. My bad.
It's happened for 7 years.
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
Will you stop?
No, I won't. Because that's what makes the show fun.
That part.
Jesus. Don't sue nobody because they out rapping.
If your contemporary is out here making you look foolish, dress better.
Get in the booth and make another record. Otherwise, take the L and go make a dance hall album.
Dress better. Get out of the lane or dress better. You got options.
Drink some Shea by Laportier and dirty Mac a couple chicks and get back to your essence.
But suing your label mate ain't the move.
because that's the other part that nobody wants to talk about. Yeah, we made sure not to sue Apple Music because that's where I got that money coming from.
Redman sued Onyx because on the song that he was featured on, he wasn't the headliner. What? Never in the history of ever. I will tell you this. I don't know if
baby sued Wayne because he wouldn't do Father Like Son 2. What?
I don't
get out of here.
I don't know if I ever told you this or on the show. I don't even know if I ever told you this in passing. Okay. Back in 2000, I believe it was 2008 in Dallas, House of Blues. Shout out DJ Dice. I'm with DJ Dice on show with Redman and Method Man.
House of Blues in 08. Where was I?
Inside probably. I don't know.
I was definitely outside. It just may not have been in this city.
Redman and Method Man were there. I forgot who else was on this show, but I'm out there with DJ Dice. And
did you shoot dice with DJ Dice?
Did not shoot dice with DJ Dice. I don't shoot dice anymore. There's that.
We didn't understand the assignment.
We decided to go to. I never shoot dice with a New Yorker. That doesn't end well. We decided to go over to Northwest Highway. There was some nightclubs over there at the time that were popping on Northwest Highway.
And DMX?
Maybe in 08, maybe even Walnut Hill in 35 in Dallas.
All right.
At any rate, the reason why we were going to go over there was because we heard that Jeezy was in the building. And Jeezy was in town.
Oh, yeah.
So Red and Meth, being the elder statesman of Def Jam, decided why not go show love. Oh, and Ross, Jeezy and Ross were in town. Why not go show love to our contemporaries and our label mates?
Good faith.
They get to the door, the promoter and the road manager refuses to let us in.
This is what I hate about this litter box of a city.
No. It had nothing to do with the promoter. The promoter understood. The road manager was like, we don't care who you are or what label you're on. If this were the 90s, bro, I'm like, if this scenario were the 90s, it'd have been a whole label party and he probably would have got a free show out of it.
Right.
Instead, everybody got turned away. We just went back to the hotel rooms, like whatever. Like this is part for the course. It's cool.
Okay, so Dallas didn't Dallas in this situation, but guess what? I'm still not apologizing for what I said. I meant that.
That's for both of them.
I meant that. It may not have been you in this situation, but it's been you in other situations.
Yep, it has. Yep, I'm with you. But there's an example of all of this nonsense. At any rate,
yeah.
WWE Survivor Series. Is it Vancouver, Canada for Survivor Series War Games? We out here West Coast of Nostra.
I Will Survive Canada. That's Dot's next album.
Man, listen.
Oh, man. Will Drake be in Survivor Series?
Nope, they're wrong city.
Not gonna lie to you. I mean, yeah, it's not his city, but it would not be a terrible idea. Like, he needs other press.
And all you need is somebody like Miz to say something stupid about K-Dot.
We're not going to further. Well, yeah, I was going to say we're not going to further gentrify him.
Oh, but we are. We are. I mean, how can we not further? As a matter of fact, let's start it off like this.
I would have put the Street Profits in that position, but you know.
Let's start it off like this. Our first match of the night.
What?
No, I'm not saying this is the order, but since we're talking about gentrification,
it's like, hey, not.
If this is not the last match of the night, this show doesn't even exist.
I don't care how anti-melanated the front office is trying to make things. This ain't gonna happen.
So let's run it down. Bloodline 2.0, or as my daughter calls it, the OB. What'd she say? The OBTC. Off-brand tribal chief.
Great value bloodline.
Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed, the latest incarnation to the bloodline.
Yeah.
Taking on. Yeah, this is your daily acknowledgement. Let's throw that fist up. Throw that one up real quick.
Dang.
Just like this. One finger, not gun finger. Roman Reigns, Jimmy J Uso, Sammy Uso, and oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just because we get a wise man does not mean we have to get a wise guy.
I mean,
and what's funny is didn't I say Brock Lesnar? Didn't I say Brock Lesnar?
I believe you did, and that's the only other guy that would have made sense. I'm still look. Okay, I previously said,
hold on. Even my gang colors are gang colors.
You did. Like, I have 100% been against the continued gentrification of the bloodline storyline. Sammy, I don't like the circumstances that led to his exit, but he is already grandfathered into this, so I wasn't going to argue too much about him being back in it.
Facts.
Storyline wise, Heyman putting CM Punk in this situation, it makes reasonable sense. I still don't want it. It's cool. It's gonna make for a cool plot point. It makes it harder to dissect the next set of events that's gonna get you to where you're ultimately trying to go. So for that reason, it's an off-speed pitch. It's gonna catch you off guard. You really do have to watch to see how this is going to play out, which I guess, well, not even I guess, that's always the objective. Doesn't mean it would have been my first choice. Doesn't mean that's what I would have done if the pen was in my hand, if the broken pencil was in my hand. But it's
there are levels to Paul Heyman's comeback.
I trust Paul Heyman with my entertainment. I'll say that.
Yeah, Paul Heyman dressing like Solo in back in was it post WrestleMania?
Yep, Easter egg.
The bloodline red Rolex Easter egg.
Oh, and that is, oh my God, piece de resistance. That watch pops on television like nothing I've seen from, like, you remember when champions and people of high esteem in professional wrestling like really came out and put that shit on?
Dusty and Rick, specifically Nick Bockwinkel.
Cody does it to an extent, but like
they didn't. Cody don't hunt a candle what happened in the 80s.
Man, say
even Butch Reed got outside and he had the butterfly collars.
Yeah, compared to what was going on in the 80s, Cody's 2024 is like, Ronnie Garvin. Hands of stone Ron Garvin with a suit on. Dusty come out there with like Wranglers, some type of t-shirt tucked in with the belt and belt buckle showing, but he got a $5,000 full-length mink
on
and some poor sunglasses.
Oh boy,
a simpler time.
Let's. What else did we see? The praying hands from Paul Heyman.
Yes, lots of Easter eggs, a whole lot of stuff that's tied into this. The fact that Roman couldn't get him on the phone last week, but this week he just pop out and I got a fifth. So it's like, you didn't even talk to me about putting this dude on my team. You just did it.
Punk saying, let's see if they love me after Survivor Series.
Well, no, what he said was, because it was a podcast interview, and they were like, how much people love him and everything. He's like, see how much they love me 6 months from now.
No. Yeah.
Then Roman and Punk's exchange of words at the end of the show.
Roman says, actually thanking CM Punk in the ring.
Punk says it's not about me and
not about you. It's about him.
Then Roman says he's my wise man. CM Punk says we'll see. Whole time Paul Heyman is there like with this sinister grin on his face where it's like, you don't know what's about to happen.
I don't think we've ever seen a Paul Heyman this devious in the face since the what was it, the SmackDown 6?
Yeah, SmackDown 6, Edge, Eddie, yeah, that whole gang. Kurt Angle, the guy we don't talk about, and what's that, 4? Was that 4 of 6?
4. That's 4, yeah.
Eddie, Edge, the guy we don't talk about, Kurt Angle. Who was the other two?
Okay, Eddie, Edge, Angle, the Unmentionable, Chavo, and Ray.
Chavo and Ray were absolutely not part of SmackDown 6. Ray wasn't even getting no. Now Ray could have been, but I don't think he was getting play like that back then.
Yeah, he was getting play like that because remember that was the whole launch you out the floor. Who's that dropping out the sky?
No. I mean, in terms of like really push that way. Now we know Ray is always getting play because Ray always been that guy. Like, because this is the same era where Ray, this is like 2002, 3. This is the same time where Ray and Kurt Angle had that SummerSlam Classic.
I'm trying to tell you, it was Chavo and Ray. I'll be willing to bet money on that.
Google it, because I'm not. Look, I love.
Hold on. You said Google it.
Google it.
Pulls up on BR. You already know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The first picture that pops up is a picture of Eddie and Chavo.
They just happen to be standing next to each other
with belts. Well, let me see if it actually have. If I go down the players, there we go. Give me the.
Oh, Eddie and Chavo were teaming all the time. So Los Guerreros. Okay, all right. I'll concede.
Let's see here.
We got them. We got all 6. I'll concede that.
So was Eddie. So it was Chavo and Ray.
I'll concede.
Okay. All right. There it is. I scored one for the good guy finally. It ain't often when I get wins on the board, but you know.
To hell with Lesnar, Big Show. To hell with Batista.
That's the problem. You had the deck was so stacked then. Like a regular episode of SmackDown and UPN could have been a pay-per-view on any given Friday or Thursday. Or Tuesday for that matter.
Bing bong.
Oh man.
That's a nifty sound. Was that your phone or is that a trigger?
That is a phone.
Oh,
and they're going off all over the place. All right. For the US Championship, the Shinobi Samurai, Shinsuke Nakamura. What?
What?
Taking on your champion, LA. Look at this face. Man. Look at this picture.
Like a Mortal Kombat character.
Oh boy. If there was ever an expression that says eating grin, this is it.
And it's not even a grin. It's like, oh, bro, what have we done to Shinsuke? What
more like eat and die?
Like, what have we done? Like, what did Shinsuke do to deserve this? And then what have air quotes we done to Shinsuke as a result?
Oh boy.
You had a certified killer on your hands. Maybe the first foreign menace since maybe Yokozuna, who could have been dominant.
Wait, hold on, we tripping. Let's go back real quick. We still having to talk about who ain't gonna win this match. The Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Look, we all win when the Bloodline is involved.
This is a fact, but I'm going to say that the OG Bloodline ain't gonna win.
I agree.
Yeah,
can we talk about this though? How Great Value Bloodline has like upped their cool factor in like the last 2 or 3 weeks to where it almost makes OG Bloodline seem not as cool as they once were.
I'm gonna do you. I see you and I raise you. The one outlier in the Bloodline 2.0,
Great Value
Bloodline, off-brand Tribal Chief. The OBTC.
Black Friday Bloodline. we got Bloodline at home.
Oh boy.
Cyber Monday Bloodline.
Sheen, Bloodline on Sheen. Wish line. Wow,
not the wish line.
The one outlier in the Great Value bloodline is the first person to go outside the box to get people to try to join his favoritism. And that's Bronson Reed. This fool took a GNX and took a picture in front of a GNX.
He put his head on top of Kendrick's body, pause, on the GNX album cover, and then with the caption "Solo" as like mustard. So yes, Bronson, kudos to you.
There's only one other Samoan that is that astute to do that in real time that fast. Name that Samoan.
Dwayne.
Absolutely not. No, sir.
Dwayne has a whole team. So yes, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Individual team aside, like who has the internal couth without the team backing him to do something like this? That's Samoan.
The internal couth?
Yes, there's only one answer.
Nah, because when I think about Samoans, there's a couple of them who would do this.
Name them. It's got to be on your list. It's got to be Suave. Otherwise, it's the last show we're ever doing.
Jay, it's 3 J's: Jay, Jimmy, and Jacob.
It's a fourth J, and he's not a Fatu.
Journey?
He's not a Fatu. Is what I said. I knew you were going to say Journey too. Just
look, you might as well just give me who you talking about.
Joe.
Man, going on.
Yep. Joe would have done this.
Going on.
Joe would have done this.
Joe would have quoted lyrics from the album. Joe don't do memes. That's the king of television, not the king of the internet.
All right.
I strike down what you've just proposed to me. Nay, I say.
With great vengeance and furious anger. All right. So we got OG Bloodline losing. Shinsuke versus LA Knight. Who ain't gonna win? Shinsuke ain't gonna win. We ain't seen this man since WrestleMania. We didn't see this man at WrestleMania. We ain't seen this man since he went to WrestleMania in January.
Is there a way that this goes to where Shinsuke doesn't take a pinfall like he takes a DQ where you get like a 2 or 3 match series out of this? Because just bringing him back on TV with a new gimmick only for him to lose 3 weeks later makes absolutely no sense. It's like when Seth Rollins beat Bronson Reed. It made no sense. Even if they were going to come back and have Bronson go over.
Did it make sense to bring AJ back to Nashville after being missing in action for no reason, only to be injured in a match in Nashville?
It doesn't, but AJ's like 54 years old at this point too.
So is Shinsuke. I dare to venture they're the same age.
This is true. they're both like 62. And both in a perfect world, both of them would be world title contenders, and nobody would bat an eyelash at it because. All right, go ahead. Yeah, it's not my WWE. We got Bloodline at home.
Oh boy, I was simple enough. Let's see where we go here. Let's not stack the deck. Let's go to the
side bet. Does CM Punk make it to and through this entire match? Because we know Seth Rollins has got to be a part of this somewhere.
I only see CM Punk coming in fourth.
You think CM Punk okay, fourth. I forgot it's 5-on-5. Again, another unnecessary caveat, but I guess for plot point, cool.
Yeah, I only see him coming in fourth. I think Jay Uso starts it off. I think I got Jay, Sammy, Jimmy, Punk, Chief for the OG side.
Give me Jay, Jimmy, Sammy, Punk, Chief.
I'm not mad at that either. I almost said Jimmy, Sammy, Jay.
Jimmy Jam Garvin?
He would be in the War Games.
I can see Sammy starting it off too.
But so my thing is, who has the longevity? Like who's the Iron Man? And it seems to me Jay will be the Iron Man of the crew.
Yeah, him or Sammy from an endurance standpoint. From Bloodline 2.0, Tama.
Absolutely, Tama Tonga. Yeah,
Tama gonna be the one. That's the Arn Anderson spot.
But you know who the veteran in that on that side is in War Games matchups?
Ain't it Solo?
No, it's Jacob. MLW.
War Games no. See, War Games anywhere else is not the same as War Games in WWE.
I respectfully disagree. You want to know why I disagree?
Cage ain't got no roof.
Cage ain't got no roof.
So, like I said, I was raised on Jim Crockett Promotions and WCW branded War Games.
For that reason, Jacob is the veteran because Jacob was doing these matches with the cage with a roof.
Exactly. This Cage ain't got no roof, so
Cage ain't got no roof.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to get you up to speed on what we doing out here. Run the play.
All right. We at you.
Next one.
For the World Heavyweight Championship,
My
champion Walter in our house taking on Damian Priest. Suave, who ain't gonna win.
Damian Priest ain't gonna win, and it's not because of anything he did wrong.
Thank you for coming, Damian Priest. It's not Walter's putting up an epic title reign right now, and I don't think he's gonna beat the IC title reign that he had. But
now we looking at
people won't like this comparison, but ride with me real quick.
All right.
For the belt itself, what John Cena did from the US title to the WWE title, Spinner John, Walter is doing with his IC reign and his current world heavyweight title reign. What Cena did to the belts, Walter is doing for his reigns. That makes sense?
Kind of, sort. I get where you're coming from, but you know me, anytime you mention John Cena and belts, I immediately go to, merchandise sales.
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying, though. What I have a problem with, and it's not about anything you said, it's just something since you mentioned title reigns. Both of these current title reigns from champions of both brands. The problem I have is that, again, there's a segment of the wrestling community, internet and otherwise, that spent the better part of the last 4 years lambasting Roman Reigns about his infrequency of title defenses.
Mm-hmm.
And I would implore any of those same people to look up the statistics of title defenses from these two current champions.
They would still be higher, but me and you both know. Me and you both know who the trendsetter was for this current generation of talent for doing that. Brock Lesnar.
True, because Brock Lesnar is an attraction. Roman Reigns became an attraction, but what we don't always go back to and realize is that Roman in the very beginning was wrestling every
week
because it was Thunderdome era.
Mm-hmm.
Every month he was defending it. The only reason he stopped doing that is because you ran out of people to feed him.
He ate the whole roster twice. In fact, go back and listen from March of 2020 till probably July of 2021. Go back and listen to this show.
Every month,
he ate everybody.
Somebody was getting walked down. You just ran out of bodies.
Oh man! So we both have we're actually going side for side on this one. Like we're on the same side for the entire show.
Sometimes WWE is very predictable, but it's about the execution of the predictability.
Here's one where we may jump off the fence.
All right.
For the IC title, triple threat match, your champion Braun Breaker taking on Sheamus, taking on Ludwig Kaiser. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Anybody not named Braun Breaker.
Well, I thought we was gonna jump off the fence. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night.
Who did you think was gonna deviate from the game plan? You thought I was gonna pick one of them other two? You crazy.
the fact that they actually now have a women's IC title that looks like the men's IC title is actually pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah, yay for inclusion.
Yeah, for inclusion. It's basically all it is. Like it's almost like what's my man? Not Nick Aldis. Scrap Iron. It's almost like Scrap Iron said, you know what? Y'all got the US belt, we got the IC belt. Yours goes ding 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 ding, and ours goes ding 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 ding. It's different.
And that is exactly why you don't leave certain people in charge of the gumbo.
Last but certainly not least, for the women's War Games match. So this, if any match has a possibility of taking out the Bloodline match as the last match of the night, is this one only for the drama? Let me run it down for you.
Absolutely not.
Oh, stop. We've got on one side Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax. Who is that? That is Candice LeRae. Oh God, Raquel Gonzalez.
That's exactly why I won't close the show. We can't.
She's 0 for 2 so far in run-ins that where things were supposed to go one way and went a completely different way. And and the women's champion Liv Morgan taking
in the cage.
Taking on one half of the actually it's two champions on the same side there, taking on one half of the women's tag team champions, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, what looks to be Bayley now, don't know for sure, Io Sky, and Naomi. The drama here is you have two champions on one side and Miss Money in the Bank on the same side as those two champions.
This would be a fantastic time for, Tiffy time to clock in.
There is no. First of all, if someone doesn't get hurt in this,
which is a high possibility considering some of the people,
considering one of the people,
considering some. Put the graphic back up.
Oh boy! Suave dissection in full effect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential 6 injury prone people, 6.5 injury prone people in this graphic.
1, 2, 3.
There's either a botch or an injury they're sitting on top of the face of 6.5.
Ooh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 in the possible, and three of them from the melanated side.
I got 4 on the non-melanated side.
You got 4? Golly.
It's literally 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100, and then on the other side, the only reason, okay, we just gonna name names. LeRae, injury prone.
Not fair.
Says who?
She was pregnant.
I didn't count pregnancy as an injury, so don't put me in. I'm not one of those people.
Okay, you're not. That's why that was out of pocket. So you're okay. Continue. I'm with you.
But she's had a history. Raquel Gonzalez.
Listen. She has a condition, number one, but she's also
not even talking about her condition. I'm just talking about the fact that she has a record of botches right now. And
we're in the same car. We're in the same car, Suave.
Okay. It's just like it's like being clumsy inside an elimination chamber. Somebody could end up hurt for real. We don't have enough data on Tiffy. Nia Jax, while vastly improved, is always one move away from putting somebody on the shelf, and it might not even be her fault.
Thank you, Suave. I'm so glad you said that last piece, because I'm gonna tell you, the worst in-ring friendship we have ever seen in terms of two competitors against one another has the best chemistry for a train wreck, and that's her and Charlotte Flair. And every time we see them in the match with each other, we usually see somebody getting duffed for real.
Yeah, when Nia pieced her up in real life. Then you
keep going back and forth though.
Then you got training staff Morgan here. I'm just it is what it is.
She had two gruesome injuries, right? And one during a title reign.
And then she's handed out a couple of them on her own. Like she's had herself and then handed out a couple
to Rhea.
Bing bong. And that's the only reason I counted Rhea in that 6.5 that I got to, because Rhea has had
it's a train wreck.
We have too many opportunities for Rhea to get hurt by somebody who's reckless. And then you've got Bayley, who's had a history. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Never seen Io on the rack. Not to say that she hasn't been, but we've seen Naomi on the rack a couple of times too.
She's been relatively healthy for considering how long she's been there.
Who, Io or Naomi?
Naomi.
It's hard to believe Naomi's been there almost 15 years.
You see what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that puts Io in a potential situation of danger, she's going to do the kamikaze spot. And I don't mean that by it's not a play on nationality. She's going to get on top of the cage and do something ridiculous, like put a trash can over her and then jump.
She might even hit that pretty ass moonsault.
You know what I'm saying? There it is. She's gonna do the moonsault with a trash can on.
Who's the lady from AEW?
We can drop that graphic though. We know who to watch.
I would love to see either her and Sheeta on a tag team or her and Sheeta in a match against each other.
Well, whenever Sheeta gets, tired of doing what she's doing and ends up in NXT, you might get that before WrestleMania 45.
Before we get to the who ain't gonna win that match, get well soon to Jade Cargill.
Unless they both end up at Stardom,
which very well could be the case. Hell, they could actually meet up at Bloodsport, the way WWE's been booking their talent.
Say, man, listen. All Sheeta got to do is get her calendar free. We'll figure out how to make this happen.
Man, so who ain't gonna win, Suave?
Morgan's team ain't gonna win.
All right, and that is who ain't gonna win, because I'm right there with you.
Seriously, we ain't got none. We need a side bet or something. Keep talking about it. We'll get to it.
The side bet should be, who is Tiffy cashing in on? Oh no, there's two. We can go two side bets. Who's Tiffy cashing in on? Who's the next member to appear on behalf of a bloodline?
At this point, I'm not 100% certain you're gonna get a new Samoan, because Bronson Reed really does fit the bill, and I think he's gonna keep it to where Hikuleo, you don't have to rush him, because obviously you don't really know how he's gonna perform on the main roster. Bronson Reed is filling the role quite well, and honestly, I'm gonna say this: he should stay here after Survivor Series. He should be Bloodline 2.0 cemented after this. Don't take him out of here. Don't.
Like this is his initiation to Gang right here.
He should get jumped on the set after this. This is Gang. He should be a part of this. I'm assuming you might get Zilla, but not here. Like once this whole thing goes to where whatever happens with CM Punk. Now, what I expect to happen is that CM Punk ends up taking the spot. Seth Rollins at some point during the match just can't take it. For some reason, he tries to fight Bronson Reed, but then also bumps into CM Punk. They start fighting. He takes CM Punk out. That's how they end up losing. And then Seth has to, go through his emotional crisis as to, you caused Bloodline 2.0 to win. You need to get your situation together with Bloodline 1.0. And
we're only 3 weeks away from Saturday night's main event.
And
I'm saying, so we're going to get KO and Cody. We're going to get Punk and Rollins, I think.
Speaking of which, Cody's not on this pay-per-view.
That's because we're going to get him on Saturday night's main event.
Man, you can't work both. What's wrong with your workers?
And possibly losing.
What's wrong with your workers? You can't work both. You could have defended the title here and then done something else at Saturday night's main event.
Talk to Unc.
No, I don't want to. We tried that. Montez tried that. See where it got him?
Yeah, well, there's that. So okay, so who are we going to see? So you said Seth is going to interfere in the bloodline match. What about in the women's money in the bank, the women's world war games match?
It depends on how eager they are to bring Charlotte back. If you're gonna, I don't think you're gonna have an attack on another member of that team just to have Charlotte Flair come in and replace him. I at this point, I feel like you'll probably just drag it out, and Charlotte Flair will come back a couple of weeks later and be revealed as the person that jumped on Jay Cargill. Which, yes, compounding what you said earlier, get well soon to Jay Cargill if any of the rumored reports are anywhere remotely near true. Just heal up, get well soon.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I don't see why you would do that twice, because you would just leave that spot open if it was going to be Charlotte Flair. You would just say, and a mystery partner, so you have the air of unpredictability. So unless you're going to jump another member of this team before the War Games match starts, that's the other part. I don't expect this to be close to the end of the show. It's probably going to be the first match. You're gonna bookend War Games matches. It's probably gonna go on first.
Which one? The women's?
Yeah, duh.
I'm about to say, yeah, absolutely, it's going on first.
So yeah, we ain't got time to be jumping nobody in the parking. We don't have Sunday Night Heat anymore. You can't jump anybody in the parking lot. You got 30 minutes to find a replacement. Those days are over, bro. They're over. We don't even do pre-shows. The free-for-all doesn't exist anymore.
There's that. Well, so that's going to be this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Show at brokenpistolbc.com, brokenpistolbc@gmail.com, at brokenpistolbc on all things social, at brokenpistolbc on what?
Everything.
And everything. Suave.
Yeah, we ain't got no side bets. We ain't got nothing that works.
No. Gobbledy. Drop it like it's hot. Take them to the house.
Pause. Pencil pushers. Like, rate, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. And then tell that friend again. Heads up. Pencils down.
Yes, sir.
Call somebody and tell them you're thankful for them.
You're thankful for us. You're welcome, too.
I mean, that goes without saying. I mean,
kind of.
I mean, like, what type of existence would you be living without us? We out here blessing people.
People have been out here thinking that they living, but then they discover us and realize that they haven't even been breathing in this world.
We out here feeding the community like Nino Brown on the back of a U-Haul.
Mr. Thanksgiving, the cannon.
The cannon. And with that, we bid you adieu.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.